Hello guys and welcome back to another video with me Pascal. Today I'm gonna show you the completely free trading course for beginners by me, Pascal Henningsson, and I'm gonna teach you how to trade both Forex and stocks in a beginner friendly way, and I'm looking forward to it. So let's get started. So firstly we have a chart here. It's the Australian USD, basically Forex currency trading. But these strategies that I'm going to teach now worked for stocks too. So firstly, what do you see here? You see a lot of stuff. You basically see a lot of noise in the market. But what you want to do is you want to sort out key stuff. For example, the moving average. How high is it usually? This is, in my opinion, it's mostly for stocks, because it's not that relatable to with Forex. But with Forex and stock, it's the RSI, which is the relative strength index, and this is very important to know. So it's a lot of noise in the market, and what your goal is when trading is you want to sort out all the noise and find key points. So you want to find key points in the market, basically called indicators. So you want to find indicators that predict the price movements. That's your goal in the market. And basically what you want to do is you want to find this is really important, you want to find the trend and you need to follow the trend, or try to follow the trend. You don't always need it, but this is a saying that the trend is your friend, basically meaning that you want to be like following the trend a lot. Sometimes you maybe don't need to follow a trend if it's really long-term trend, because maybe you want to trade for just a couple of days or a couple of weeks, or maybe you just want to day trade and close the position in like 2 or 3 hours. So then you really need to maybe not follow the trend that much, because you want to have a shorter time frame. And I'm gonna get into time frames later in this video. So what do you see from looking at this? You obviously see the lows, where it hits the lowest points. You can build up like this, and you see the highs basically being where it hits the highest points. So the highest points are in that area. Personally, I don't really like doing this, so I'm gonna show you something else you can do to see this, because it's not always exact. So what I like to do is I like to go to this tool, and this is called Trading View, and it's they have a completely free version. So what you could do, this is not that good for, that's not that good actually for this chart. I will just stick with this actually. It's easier to show. It will take a lot less time also, and I think it's easier for beginners. So these lines, you obviously see where the highs are and where the lows are. So the highs, it's obviously when it hits this line, and the lows are when it hits this line. And this is like the support and resistance, it's also called. So this zone right here is called support, and this zone here is resistance, and this is really important to know. So what it tends to do in the market is when it hits the resistance, it might go down, and I say might because sometimes it actually breaks. But what I and many other traders realize is when you trade behind, like for example, when it hits the resistance you sell, and when you hit the support you buy, is one way you can trade. So I'm gonna write it down. I'm just gonna make this a little bit smaller so it's not in the way. So ways to trade is you could follow the support, trade based on support. Oh yeah, what is my keyboard is strange. So that's one way, trade based on support and resistance. Personally, I like this way. I think it's okay to do. I do it all the time, and I think it's a good way to predict the market. But what can you also see from these charts? Many beginners might think nothing, and many like frequent traders see something which is kind of going against shorting on the resistance. Basically what you see is you see an uptrend, and this is really important, because remember what I said before, find the trend is your friend. So basically what this is, it is an uptrend. So you might not feel comfortable betting against the trend, because that can go wrong a lot of times. So what I would do if I see and think that it might be, for example, like this area, and basically trade sideways and don't really move anything, is what I would do is I would wait, and I wouldn't buy or I wouldn't sell. Obviously you can see it goes downward here, but the trend might not go down like this, so you might be unlucky and it continues. But obviously nothing is 100% sure, but when it's in an uptrend, it usually tends to go up in the market. So it's extra low possibility that if you sell here, it's still a high possibility that it will go down, but it's riskier because it's in an uptrend. So what you could do is you could decide to yourself that you only want to buy when it hits the support and not sell when it hits the resistance because it's in an uptrend. Or you could just do it and have a really tight stop loss, basically being that it automatically closes when you're like a couple of dollars down, like a really close stop loss, so you don't lose your whole account, because you don't want to do that. And that is also called risk management. Risk management basically being that you don't want to blow your account, and you do this by setting a stop loss most of the time, because you really don't want to like lose hundreds or thousands of dollars in a day or a week. So trade based on support and resistance. Yeah, and then trade based on RSI. So trading based on RSI, I like it. I look at the RSI a lot, but I don't solely trade and depend on the RSI index, because it's risky, because you don't really have that much to look at if you only trade the RSI. So you want to have these key factors in the market and use them and combine them to get like a better understanding of the current price movement. So the RSI, what it does, I will actually change and go to the 4 hour. I feel more comfortable going in the 4 hour time frame. But what can you see from looking at this? You can see that when it hits this point right there or go beyond, it usually tends to go down. It usually, I'm saying now, because you see sometimes it goes up beyond this, but then it tends to go down. So it doesn't tend to stay up here for a long time. You can see, if you just take a brush right here, that it tends to go like this, up a little bit and then down. This was really bad drawing, so I will just try to my best. So up and down, or it just sticks and goes like this to the line and then directly like down. So what you can see is the possibilities from looking at the past is that it will continue going down when it hits this line, or in some cases a little bit more. So this is what you see. And as I said before, many beginners trader would short here and be really happy and think, oh, I'm gonna make so much money. But as I said before, the trend is your friend, and what you can see from this is it's in an uptrend, and when you short based on only the RSI and you get unlucky, you could lose a lot of money. So you don't want to do that. You want to check both ways. So when it hits this line, for example, you can see that it tends to go up after that. And this means that under this it's oversold, and over this it's overbought. I will just move. This line is getting really... Oh, I can't move the line. Oh no. Okay, I will just delete it like this. And just draw another one. Sorry guys, my keyboard is strange. So yeah, this is the way you draw that line. But basically what you see, it tends to go up when it's under the 30 level and tends to go down when it's over the 70 level. And these are keys in the market to know. So I will just write them down. But this is like... This is one thing. And as I said before, you don't want to base your trade on one key factor, because then you are gonna lose in the long run. You might get lucky, you might get unlucky. Yeah, but it's much more secure to use many different indicators, because yeah, I personally use like all indicators and look at them and try to see if it's more positive than negative or more negative than positive. So I could look at RSI, the support and resistance trend, and I try to predict based on that. So this is like really beginner. I would recommend you learning more about the forex trading market and stock trading, because I said about stocks also that this is for both stocks and forex, because the RSI is both stocks and forex. The trends are also stocks and forex. So like you could just do this in the stock market too. It's nothing stopping you from doing it, and many people do it. And this thing that I teach or taught you today is called TA, or basically technical. I might even have it in the name of this video, beginner's course in technical analysis. I'm not sure what the name will be, but yeah, it's something like this. So you learned technical analysis. But what I would suggest you doing is learning more, because this is like for beginners. This is not everything you need to know. There's a lot more you need to know if you want to become a consistent trader. I actually have my own course on this that I released today. I have had courses like a couple of months now that I have, but I released this new course today, and I can tell you that I put a lot of time in it, and I really worked hard to make the best possible course for my students. And at an affordable price of only 75 bucks, you get like so much information that you can't find on that many places. Like, it's really limited information, and I really tried to include as much information that helped me as possible, or all the information in the course actually have helped me and improved my trading. So this is the course, and the link is basically pascalhenningsson.com. And you go to this page and just check out our courses. And yeah, this course is the one I recommend you for beginners if you want to trade, or you could check out one of these, but I would recommend you starting with this because it's both stocks and forex in one, and for a really low price, like 75 bucks. Who can't afford that? It's like really good pricing. You get tons of content, like you will get so much for it, and it will be one-on-one coaching. So I will email you when you buy it a little letter where I will say thank you for buying this course, really looking forward to teaching you, and you will get your own link where you can basically book your first lesson, and then we will talk through Zoom or Google Meets. I usually teach through Zoom because that's what I like, but if you want to teach through Google Meets, you can email me and I can set it up for you. But this is what I will do for only 75 bucks. So I would really recommend you buying this course, and yeah, I would say it's the best way to start really getting good at Forex is through my course, because I haven't really seen any courses like that actually aren't really bad in Forex. There are a lot of good courses, but I haven't seen a course that someone has put so much time in as I have in my course. So I know it's kind of biased because I obviously made the course, but I really packed a lot of information in it, and I think it's worth it for most beginners, traders, and pros as well. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of this content, please subscribe to my channel. It only takes like 5 or 10 seconds. So press the subscribe button down below. Like this video if you want to see more, and if you have any suggestions for videos, please comment them down below. I would love to read your suggestions on videos, and yeah, see you in the next one.